Okay, let's see if I can get this message out. So, today's message is: do not allow anybody else's cowardice to deter you. Ever. I know oftentimes we get dragged into somebody else's chaos, but even in that moment, we have to remind ourselves of the value that we held before approaching that person, those situations, that timeline. People are going to do what they know how to do. You know, you can give somebody everything. You can be the kindest. You can be the most understanding. You could have done nothing. But fear can be for two things. Either it can be motivation, or it can be something that becomes a barrier for your life. It can hold you back. A lot of people, turn inward to their fear, and it consumes them. They don't even understand the severity of how much they've hurt themselves and others. And I've just seen so many people these last few weeks, when they talk about love and, companionship and compassion, a lot of them feel as though they can't be authentically themselves. Someone that loves you will allow you to be all of who you need to be. Someone who also loves you and loves themselves will guide you to the best version of yourself that could ever be. Everything is about accepting the challenge. And I have said this in other voice notes. But genuinely, I think people kind of lose sense of themselves. Their fear eats them whole, swallows them whole, and they don't even know who they are anymore. But you've got to have faith. Faith is the opposite of fear. And that provides all great things in this life. It provides you clarity on who you really are, what you can actually accomplish. Being able to take a large situation and breaking it up into small moments that you can resolve. I think a lot of people run because they're afraid that they're going to fail. But this really amazing guy today, he said something to me, and it's very common. He says, the only way to learn the best is to fail. I agree. I think that you should try, because trying is doing. And life is trial and error. It's about how much you give up on yourself or how much you keep going. If you allow one failure or two or three, however many, that is supposed to be the stepping stone to your greatness, however many times you allow for that to outweigh your passion and your desire to have something, you will never win in this life. Nothing will ever be what you want it to be. And you will be miserable and left complaining and making everything else someone else's fault, pointing the finger. What are you going to do to challenge yourself? How are you going to hold yourself accountable? Are you going to let fear ruin the future that you've dreamt of, that you can have? Or are you going to eliminate it and say, no, you're smaller than my purpose? Make that choice. Choose wisely.